for one for one thing, cause John, he thanked me for going out towards Sabrina and stuff. I want to thank you, John, because he's one of the few people. When I was in prison, John went to go visit me, and you don't know how much that did a healing in my heart. I just, love, and that's one thing. You asked why I reached out to Sabrina. I was giving it back. The same love that Jesus did to me is the same love I want to share with Philip. And because there was a lot of hurt, people say, they're even saying like, I'm very sharp, very, and the word I use for like people like myself, I'm very assertive. I don't have no filter. Hey, get this, I don't know, like we please, and some of us are very assertive. And we hurt people. We don't realize it, but we hurt people. And a softness has come to my heart because of Jesus. A softness happened to me the day after Sabrina passed away. I was at our boxing club, and I felt it, man. I hurt. I've been hurting with Sabrina, praying for her, reaching out to her, loving her. She cried. I let her cry. I'm not a crier, but I would let her cry on my shoulders, and she would tell me, well, get a hold of Melissa, get a hold of John, get a hold of Susan, and I go, Sabrina, if I get a hold of you, talk to them. They're going to want you to change. They're going to want you to change. I get you in a women's home, So I was just constant in her last days. I seen her a couple of days before she passed away. I was constantly praying with her, letting her cry on my shoulder. John sent me a book, his book he wrote. I had it in my car. I seen her. I just gave it to her right away. But Sabrina, I understand her a lot, because the same pain, the same shame, the same anger she had in her heart, I had it. I had the same thing, and just going all around Santa Ana. I learned that a lot of us had that same hurt, shame, pain. The Bible says that bitterness will defile many people. The same bitterness of drug abuse, of being abusive, and all kinds of other things. It's bitter, and it affects people. It hurts people. Sabrina was hurt, and I say thank you, Jesus, because she was hurt just like me, beyond recognition, just like we got in a wreck and our body got all mangled up. Nobody was going to be able to put Sabrina together or me together, but Jesus did it. Right. Jesus put it all together. Jesus put me together. Jesus put John together. Jesus got our family here right now. Jesus has put Philip together. And you cannot figure out, like I was telling somebody earlier, I had a dream. I had a dream. I asked God, why am I so angry? I know I was an angry person, but I asked God, why am I so angry? God took me on a dream. My dad used to always want to fight me. I don't know if some of my family knew it. My dad always wanted to fight me. And I figured out why, because I used to protect my dad, my mom from my dad when he'd come home all drunk and stuff. So this one first. So one time my dad came into the hood and he wanted to fight me. I ran home to mom and said, no, I wouldn't fight my dad. I already had respect for him. So I thought, what's wrong with him? Oh, he's drunk, leave him alone, leave him alone. So one time in prison, I had a dream. And in this dream, my dad wanted to fight me again. But this time I was like a little 12-year-old boy, and I went up to my dad, crying, saying, Dad, what's wrong with you, man? Give me a hug, love me. Give me a hug, oh, I need your love. And my dad, all he can say, and I don't know if some of you remember, all my dad would say is, put up your dukes. Let me show you what a real man was. And my dad told me that what a real man was to fight, beat the heck out of people. That's how I grew up, that's the mentality I got. And in this dream, I told my dad, Dad, give me a hug, love me. And in this dream, he didn't say nothing. The dream ended. And I woke up and I was in prison in Chino West with a bunch of men. And God started saying, you know what? All these men in here, their hearts is broken because they need their father's love. They're missing their father's love. And a lot of times it's not just their father, they just need God's love. God's love to heal. So back then, that was in like 92, God started healing something in me. It's been a process, but I was praying for Sabrina. God, heal her, help her. I can't figure every hurt, pain, shame, but you could. And I say that to say this, sometimes we still got it. You know, I still got issues I got to deal with. As people, you know, especially my family, I dread, I see my daughter drinking on Facebook, and I go, man. Because one day, that little curse, and it hides in you. The shame, the pain, all this stuff, the generational hurt, it hides in you, and sometimes it leaps out, and it'll hurt you, hurt others, and a lot of it's just anger. We have anger. I had anger issues, oh man. But I thank God that God put me there for Sabrina, and I believe, like I tell my pastor, Pastor Nati, I tell him, you know what, one day when we're up in heaven, we're going to see Monkey, Benny, my dad, all the ones that the least of them, they're going to be sitting right there next to Jesus. They're going to be right there. So I say that to say this, that we all need Jesus. Constantly. Every second of the day. I have to pray. In the morning I wake up, Lord, deliver me from all temptation, lead me into your righteousness. I need you, Jesus. So some of us, we need to pray that constantly. You know, I have to, because I was very, very bad boy. Very bad. And I had to change. You know, at 4 years old, my mom went to TJ and she bought a bullwhip. She just, at 4 years old, that thing hurt. Everybody ever been whipped by a whip? They know it hurts. But that's how wild I was. But thank you, Jesus, I'm not wild no more. Like that. I'm a little crazy, but Right, John.